I remember like a couple years ago during the Katy Perry half-hour show, like I was just dissecting this.
I was there.
You were there?
I was there.
That's rad.
Of course, yeah. Go Hawks.
Yeah, right. Like I was stalking him on YouTube. I was completely stalking him, and all of a sudden we're at Chainsaw for Idol on Monday. It's like 6 o'clock. I'm in the kitchen. I'm like pouring coffee, and I look up, and he's just in there. I'm like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
And
that's cool.
I finally met my idol, so he's my favorite director.
All right.
To the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show.
It's like the sort of underground, sort of like club sort of atmosphere, you know? It's gonna like bring it out to the masses. This is what I really like about that, you know?
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong with Laser Lights.
And he's done this before.
And you don't even like this song, Filthy, and I like Filthy, by the way. I listen to it more and more. I'm like, you know what? It's got a good hook to it, you know?
I mean, haters gonna say it's fake, it's a good hook. I do like that.
Yeah, it is classic JT and a little like dated. I agree, but it's like, you know what? Great song to open this up.
Does the wobble like really do it for you? I don't know. But whatever. So what this reminds me of is I think it was 2010 VMAs where Eminem and Rihanna opened up the show, and they started like backstage at the Nokia, and they had this like intimate little club, and they threw the Steadicam out and did like the giant reveal, and it's like, look, he did the exact same thing here.
Yeah.
But this was on a larger scale because they only had the backstage to play with, and here, you know, I don't know, what do you call this?
This is like the little reveal. It's like the pit, you know? It's going off in the pit.
Yeah. And, like, it's lit so well.
What are these girls called? This is the 12th Street. What are these girls called?
I don't know.
There's a name for the crew. I can't remember what it is. Anyway,
like,
I like the costume.
That fires me up right at that shot.
Yeah, there it is.
I love this. That jib shot is so epic. So, what's interesting about this director is every single shot is scripted. Like, he has his AD just calling out the shot. She's counting 2, 3, 4 on every single one of these. And he just kind of sits there and monitors it. Which every live director I've seen doesn't do that. I think that's interesting. Except I saw it done on Grease Live.
What I like about this is like also what I read about too is that this is sort of like he's just doing it for the city, you know. It wasn't necessarily like for specifically like a team or the fans. It was just more about incorporating the city into it, which is what I really liked about it. Because some people say, well, Bruno Mars could have done a better job. I'm like, I just think this is like a regular guy whose music you like. It's sort of like kind of relating to the city and the vibe and the feel, you know.
I didn't even think about that with the pink lights. Good call.
Well, you went to the go purple.
Purple.
I'll tell you about that.
Just imagine blocking this. I love these shots too. Always gets like in with the crowd and the hands are always up.
It's a good Steadicam work too.
Yeah. And, oh man. They set this up in like 4.5 minutes this whole stage.
I know, and when you're actually there, when I was with Katy Perry, it's literally like 4 minutes, and it's like hundreds of people come out, and like literally just everything is like boom, ready to go.
Yeah.
It's different watching it live too, by the way, especially with Katy Perry with the horse. And like I was there, like watching on TV. I got to see it when I got back home. It's like totally different. I got to see it all play out.
Different, yeah,
it's so different.
I always watch that too because they always set up a GoPro. But that's why the directing is so good because they make it look so. Look at the lighting too.
It's good.
I like the stage design. Ready? He always cuts on the beat.
1.
Like his 80s at 2, 2, 3, take 4, like just like that.
That's how it should be.
Yes and no. You can't get it that perfectly scripted out.
And he's singing too, by the way. Only his background vocals are tracked, so like I think that's also impressive too. But it's kind of a JT thing.
I was heard someone was telling me that he was being accused of lip syncing, but even so, like
no way, no way.
I'm sure all the instruments though are pre-taped. It has to be.
I'm sure there's I think a drum and bass track. I'm sure they're playing. No, there's no way you do all that just to fake it. They're playing. I swear to God, they're playing.
Really? They're not finger tapping. Interesting.
I think there's a drum and bass track. That's it. And backtrack.
I love how they float it like this right here with that super wide lens.
But that's the same girl that he was like brushing up against when he came out.
Yeah.
The costume change there too. Look at that.
And I love the way the music's arranged for live. All those hits and the stabs. The halftime, this. With all the drum fills.
Dude, they're playing.
Alright. I feel like no one appreciates like the arrangements that go into things like this. These live arrangements are so interesting. Hear that distorted guitar? Sick.
Well, I also think too, by the way, because the Prince tribute's coming up here.
Yeah.
Prince, by the way, performed like this. Did you ever see Prince live?
No.
Like old Prince, where you had, like literally the band would be out there just like this, and like literally the brass horn section, keyboards, guitars, background vocals, everything would be lined up just like this. It's very Prince, by the way.
Like this fires me up. And we didn't get to talk about when they were jumping off the stage. That's like kind of a signature production of Super Bowl halftime. I love it.
It's a performer.
This like it's very well produced in that it has its highs and lows and highs and lows, just like you do your promos, Listen to this. I think it's a tribute to that Led Zeppelin song, the violin steps. Love that.
Or Guns N' Roses. No, it's Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
They're playing.
Well, they're definitely playing. I just think I'm on your part. That is, like, why does this look so good? I think it's the lighting and just the grand scale.
Also, a little Janet Jackson in there, a little tribute to Jacksons.
I didn't catch that.
Especially Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation. If I want to pinpoint it.
Whatever this, like, lens situation is that they keep using super wide angle, this just adds so much. Camera guy missing.
This right here, very Prince, okay?
Yeah.
So here it comes. Here comes your Prince tribute, right?
And they would just, like in Bruno Mars, just when I see your face, and I always drop it down. Let it breathe. Look, it's all in the lighting, though.
I like the microphone on this ring accent. And this is where they're going to say that he's lip singing because the microphone goes away from him and you hear his voice.
You can hear that it's a background, like it's not supposed to be him.
But this song though, it's all like background vocals.
That's what I'm saying.
So he doesn't have to sing it. By the way, he's not intending, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know, I read a lot of
You
reviews.
just heard him go, oh, he was ad-libbing. People know what the fuck they're talking about.
I agree.
It's great choreography.
Yeah. Of course, what I like about this is it's Friday Night Lights. It's like college band, college brass. They're playing it. You got the rhythm section,
Yeah.
Like you got the little Missy Elliott in there,
Yeah.
It's sort of like it's good.
I love how the shots, they all have so much movement to them. Fluid moment.
It's all about Minneapolis, in my opinion. His performance,
Okay.
It's about bringing the fans together. And I think he really nailed that part.
That's a genius shot. To tracking up to the stage.
All right, so here we go. This is where the controversy begins, and this is where I think he did a good job. Okay, I'm gonna go on the record to say that, by the way.
Oh, see that crossfade?
Well, I looked away, so you don't need to show me. All right, so you know what was supposed to happen here, right?
You told me there was supposed to be some sort of hologram.
There's supposed to be a hologram. Well known.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a hologram.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a little tribute to Prince, right? There was a beef between both of them, right? Prince never liked JT. JT did this song back, I can't remember which song it was, right?
Oh, there's a whole diss song. I didn't know
this
that.
track back, supposedly, okay, it's rumored, right? And before Prince died, he said, I never, ever, 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 ever want to have a hologram or me to be portrayed in that way. He said, I'd rather like go to hell or whatever it was, than that ever had happened. And that's why I can't believe it got as far. Like, who did the research, by the way, right? How it got so far that it was going to happen. This right here was never supposed to happen at all. this is about as far as they're going to take it because they had to put Prince in there somewhere.
It's a great shot, by the way.
Yep. And the reason why this happened was because of Sheila E.
Okay.
Sheila E contacted JT and said, hey, listen, FYI, in 2012, there was a combo. You know, Sheila E is a protege, obviously, of Prince, and said he would never, ever, ever, ever approve of this. You're literally going to disparage and disgrace his legacy if you do that. And JT, listen, and what did people do? They gave him shit for not putting it in there. I'm like, read the article, guys.
I mean, how much creative control does he have? This part's really interesting.
So is this CGI or did they really turn on? See, there's the purple lights. I think they did this as a effect, an overlay.
I think so too. That was my initial reaction. I saw it on Shitty.
I thought it was great.
Look at that crossface. I think it was a really good idea. How is this being projected?
Right there. See this right here?
Yeah.
That is from his Super Bowl appearance. That's his guitar. Mm-hmm. So that
was a great one too.
Yeah, that's a tribute for when he played the Super Bowl. So this is why people start to be like, oh, JT, like worst ever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? If he would have gone through with it, I mean, it would have been a disaster.
I think it's interesting because I haven't read anything about it, and these are my honest reactions, and I thought everyone was going to say it was one of the best ever. I really did. I think it's incredible.
I thought it was like real, you know?
I mean, my favorite one of all time is Bruno Mars. But this is probably second in terms of production, and he's got such a catalog too to work with.
Totally.
I was surprised we didn't see any in sync.
There's rumors of that.
Sick shot.
There's rumors of that too.
Look at that cable cam.
Anyway, I still think though, my personal opinion, his brass section, the whole band like that's how Prince performed, especially in his jazzier sort of like funk sort of days. Yeah. You know, even before the poppy stuff, that was his his soul, right? Mm-hmm. That's how he was on stage. So I think that's probably, in my opinion, the best tribute you could do to him. That's what I really liked about it. So if I was tweeting or posting, I'd say, good job.
Listen to the drums on this. I love the drums. Mm-hmm. And the guitar, like, it adds so much. Look at that. That's a great shot. Yep. How many cameras do they have? I think it's like 30 just for the Super Bowl show. So clever. I still maintain that this song was written by a computer. It's like the most like perfect pop song ever by the book.
Which is good. Just want to keep putting it out for you.
Listen, it's all about the moving shot. And you have such a giant stage to work with. Football. It's just all about perspective too. That's what I want to stress so much. It's like if you would just watch this on the stands, it wouldn't look like anything. It's all the way that it's shot in the camera.
I'll tell you, when I was there, by the way, I saw the horse before you saw the horse. You know, it's like it's literally all out in front of you. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I was like, it's a massive spectacle. But then when I watched it, when I got back home, after crying that Seattle lost, and literally I watched it. And it's like cinematically, it was just like, oh wow, it did not look like that when I was there. I like the selfie moment here too. Yeah. I like people are like selfie. I'm like, no, he literally did that.
That's
because
what it looks like.
That's why he's there, is like to do that, you know.
That was great. I just love these shots.
Yeah, he's gonna get a selfie with it right now.
I'm surprised that guy wasn't planted, by the way. Or was he?
No. He was like, I don't think he got it, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think.
Look at it here. He's gonna do it, right? He's gonna take the picture right here, and then the next couple shots, he's gonna be fumbling with his phone, like, oh shit, do I tell him I didn't get it?
Yeah.
I want to see that. Someone needs to go online and actually see if that picture actually was taken. Watch this. He's like, what do I do? Wait, I don't think it's there. Hold on. Can I do it again? And that's it. It's the last time you ever see it.
How many steady cams do they have, by the way? Like, every shot is a steady shot. That was sick.
Hey, by the way, good job, JT.
Yeah, excellent. Just these perspective shots just really do it for me.
That's good. I love it.
National Football League.
So, to all the haters out there, watch it again. I just did. This is the second time I watched it now. I love it just as much as the first time.
Yeah, my third time. I thought directing was perfect. I thought the production was perfect. Song choice, that's the only part I would give like a B minus to, you know, of all JT's hits.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have fit more in for sure, like quick punches and mashups and that kind of thing. They definitely played it safe on the song choice, but
Yeah, I think good job. I think your director was really good too.
he's the best.
All right.
All right, good stuff. When are we doing one?
Soon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone who has Pee Wee football Super Bowl, holler at us. We'll direct your halftime show.
Or Puppy Bowl.
Oh yeah. We gotta start somewhere.
I'll do Puppy Bowl.
Fuck yeah.
Who doesn't like puppies?